Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sovereign Artsakh. I'm going to read this article, but before I do that, if you haven't yet, I know most of you have, but subscribe, like this video, and share these videos. This is a bit of a rewind. The week after the recognition of the Armenian Genocide, I just posted videos from that day, the April 24th. All week, the subsequent week, I just posted videos that I took from the events of that day. If you've been watching, you all know what I'm talking about. But I haven't gone back and really revisited any of the reactions to the President of the United States recognizing the Armenian Genocide officially. I did read in a previous episode, I did read the body of the text, the official press release from the White House. And I just want to note here, before I read this article, that one of my Armenian friends took issue with the fact that that press release didn't mention in the title, subject line, the title of it, that this was recognition for the Armenian Genocide. It was Armenian remembrance or something along those lines, even though in the body of the text it describes the events clearly as a genocide. He was insinuating that this is kind of trying to have it both ways, that he felt that this administration is trying to walk a line, which I understand. I understand the skepticism. I mean, we're living in a very divided country, much less a very divided world, but in the United States is very divided right now. And so maybe some of his skepticism is his political leanings away from this administration, or maybe it's just a frustration with how Armenians have been lied to forever, and that this doesn't look as solid or as definitive as it should be. And I will just say to that, it was an important milestone. It was an important step, but actions speak louder than words. And that's kind of I don't think this article that I'm reading today, but I think our article that I'll read tomorrow kind of goes more into depth. But what I want to read today, right now, is this guy that you see. His name is Garo Paylan. He is a member of parliament in Turkey, right? So Turkey, the nation known for massacring Armenians, for those who follow actual history, the nation of Turkey known for massacring 1.2 or 1.5 million Armenians in 1915 to 1923, I think, is the span that number incorporates. It doesn't even count the 200 to 300,000 that were massacred in 1894 to 96. All right, so they have an Armenian member of parliament. All right, so those of you who are not Armenian, do follow this channel. One thing about Turkey is it is a modern nation. There are people, and it's a very diverse, I'd say socioeconomically it's diverse. Like Istanbul is this incredible metropolitan melting pot. It's been a multicultural hub for centuries, if not millennia. Yet when you go to the other end of the nation, it's tiny little villages, rural villages that I'm sure most of them have electricity by now, but it's kind of a step back in time in a lot of these regions. And so as diverse as the demographics, or at least the economic strata and the gorgeous countryside is, it's not a uniform mindset. It's much more like the United States of America in many ways, that there are plenty of people in Turkey that absolutely hate their government. But right, there are And the further west in Turkey you go, the more outspoken they are able to be about it, because it is a totalitarian dictatorship. I mean, it's a democratically elected government, but it's more authoritarian than you can't compare their system of government to ours in that way. Like it's a lot less free there to speak your mind. But the further west you go, which is where Istanbul is in the western end of the nation, with more multicultural and Western influence, you are more open to speak your mind, even though you still need to watch your back. And so Turkey is full of friends, right? Full of people that believe that the truth of history, that the genocide was committed. And so this guy, I'm not sure which part of Turkey he's from. He's an Armenian who was elected to parliament. Well, back in 1908, when the Ottoman Empire elected their first round of ministers into the Ottoman government, there were a lot of Armenian ministers. Now there's one. So it's amazing that there is one at all, but there's only one. And so I'm just going to read this guy's reactions and what happened to him. And then we will conclude this video. Garo Palyan threatened after making remarks about Armenian genocide. Garo Palyan, who spoke on the floor of the Turkish parliament, now this article is from April 27th, so 3 days after the American president recognized the genocide. Garo Palyan, who spoke on the floor of the Turkish parliament about the need for Turkey to recognize the Armenian genocide, was threatened by a fellow lawmaker who aligns himself with Turkish nationalists. Independent lawmaker Umit Ozdag threatened Palyan, an Armenian member of the Turkish parliament representing the People's Democratic Party, over his remarks about the Armenian genocide, the Bayanet news agency reported. On April 24th, Palyan criticized the fact that there are still streets and schools that are named after Talat Pasha, who was the Ottoman Empire's Minister of Interior during the genocide. After 106 years, we walk on streets named after Talat Pasha, the architect of the genocide. We educate our children at schools named after Talat Pasha, he wrote on Twitter. He likened the situation to naming schools and streets after Hitler in Germany. Bingo, on the nose. This guy is boldly standing up in Turkish parliament and speaking a truth. Quoting his tweet, Ozdag wrote, "Impudent provocateur, if you are not content, go to hell. Talat Pasha didn't expel patriotic Armenians, but those who stabbed us in the back like you. When the time comes, you'll also have a Talat Pasha experience, and you should have it." Holy crap. This guy's not like the hypocrisy in the it's like, we didn't expel patriotic Armenians, but you should die just like the rest. Wow. Ozdag, a former member of the National Movement Party, was elected as to parliament in the 2018 elections from the IYI Good Party, a splinter movement of the MHP. He resigned from the IYI party in early March, accusing it of expelling nationalists from the party. In response to Ozdag's tweet, Palyan called him a fascist and wrote, "The remnant of the mentality that obliterated my people says, we'll do it again. You hit us and didn't we die? We died. But those left behind never give up the struggle for justice, and they won't give up after me as well." Ozdag then called Palyan a supporter of the Tashnags, referring to the Armenian Revolutionary Federation, Asala, and outlawed Kurdish Workers' Party, PKK. "You massacred hundreds of thousands of Turks. You stabbed our army in the back. I hate it when that screen freezes. Those who did it suffered the punishment of it. No one touched patriotic Armenians," Ozdag wrote, called Palyan a vicious enemy of the Turkish nation. And that is the end of the article. So it ends with some more lies. All right. So subscribe and share, and I will post about another Armenian responding to Biden tomorrow. And it's not kind words.